Uh-oh, he's switching it up on us.
You know.
You can switching up. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to a Monday edition of Savage Patriots, fresh off the heels of a Super Bowl win by my wonderful Seahawks. Absolutely destroyed the Patriots in a wonderful way, and made them look like the mediocre team they was getting there because they had the easiest schedule, most weak teams. That's what you get, Patriots. Take that, put that in your pipe and smoke it.
The Patriot shade is hilarious.
Man, what? You will never be the dynasty that Tom Brady was. Just understand that. Okay. Drake may not ever make it there again. May or may not. I'm going to say may not. Anyhow, this is kind of about the Super Bowl because the on my birthday too. Yeah, that was the crowning achievement.
That's right
there.
All right.
I was hoping for a Seahawk victory, a Super Bowl win on my birthday, and I got it.
Did you bet? Did you bet?
No, I don't bet nowhere.
Yes, Frank.
I bet in the landscape of my mind, and that's where it mattered. It was a moral victory for me. So
you get some of that Epstein Island money. You would have.
He said the moral victory.
It's a moral victory, and that's what it is. Yeah. Hey, look, any team can come away with seven sacks or 6.5 sacks. I'll be happy with. That made people look like clowns. I'm good with. But it was kind of marred by the halftime show that was possibly the most ridiculous display of stupidity ever, I think. We have some thoughts about it. And I think some of it is going to link around the idea that the Super Bowl should be about the sport that it's won about, and two, it's American, not somebody else's. I don't kowtow to this nonsense about diversity and other cultures. I want to see them put country music about trucks and beer at a mariachi event. Bet you won't do that. No, because you don't really like diversity. You want inclusion in things that nobody invited you to. Let's just be honest. Ain't nobody want Bad Bunny or Hispanic music or anything to do with Spanish at a football game. Y'all got soccer. Go do that. Go do that in your corner and stay in your game. That's for you. All right? You can call me racist all you want, but we don't need that in an American sport like American football.
Wait, Marlon, you can't be racist because you melanated.
Oh, that's right. I'm black. I can't.
And I have a question. How did we go from Michael Jackson and Prince, those are the two biggest ones, to Bad Bunny? I didn't even know who Bad Bunny was. When he announced, I was like, who the hell is Bad Bunny? I had actually, I've never even heard his music. But you remember that Michael Jackson performance, that
classic
Super Bowl, that Prince performance
in the rain,
singing Purple Rain. Michael Jackson jumping from the stage, standing there for like 15 seconds.
Look, I would have taken Boy George at this point.
I mean, to think of all the greats, we can even go back to one a few years ago where Dr. Dre, Snoop, 50 Cent, and all them guys did a show. That was good.
At least it was still American.
Yeah, it was American. Then we go to Bad Bunny. Like, who the hell is this guy? I didn't even know who he was.
See, I would have liked to have gone the conspiracy theory route and had the NFL cancel Bad Bunny and go with Santana. At least Santana's, classic.
But he at least he's falling in line with the American way of doing things. It's not like he's trying to bring in this. Look, I'm going to be honest. The inclusion nonsense has worked its way to it's overkill.
Yeah.
Okay, not everything is for everybody. All right, you're not going to be so inclusive that you end up seeing a quadriplegic in the 100-meter dash. It's just not going to happen. I don't care how inclusive you want to be. There's some things you can't do, buddy. That's one of them. All right. Y'all want to put everybody in everybody's thing because to be equal, and there's no such thing as everybody being equal or all things created. It's not. Mm-hmm. All right. Equal in opportunity, but not in access. That's just not how it works.
Yeah.
All right. The quality of a game being completely overshadowed by the stupidity of the thing in the middle of it. I don't know how we're going to get to this point and not point it out. So we're going to point it out. Mm-hmm. for those who don't know, as of 2025, there was indeed a signed order making English the designated language of the United States.
Mhm.
And I would think as such that we stand on that and make it a criteria across the board. And I mean that from everything from this to phone lines. I shouldn't have to press 1 for English at all. I should have to press 1 for another language. Everything else should be in English.
Mhm.
It should not be the second and third option.
And the thing when it comes to other languages, if that is your music genre, say Bad Bunny's music genre is English. That's what concerts are for. That's where you go to a stadium or an arena, and people that buy your tickets know that that's what you're going to be singing in that style of music. But at an American event,
come on, man.
Where the basis of the American event is actually more football and commercials than the halftime show than anything else.
It becomes to the point where you what used to be a time to forget stupidity, you're now bringing it in. Okay, say there's some. Not everybody is religious. Okay, it'd be like having the Pope do communion during the halftime show. It don't belong there.
That's right.
Sorry, that's not where it belongs. Okay, right. You have a place and a time for everything. If the halftime show at a football game now becomes something of a political statement, the whole point of football was to forget politics. In fact, you can actually still have politics in football because the Dallas Cowboys and the Seahawks and the Patriots, all of them have very, 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 very polarized fan bases. That's the only political things that you have going on. Each picks a side, and you call it a rivalry. What we don't need is the nonsense of what happens outside in the world to bring it into the football arena or any sport.
Right.
That's the place originally that was where people actually used to make. You could have a blue-haired liberal sitting down next to a overall wearing conservative, and they cheer for the same team, and they forget the fact that they disagree politically.
Right.
Not anymore. No, you got to intrude on that too to make life 100% unlivable around people. So now I hate you 3 different ways. I don't see the point.
And it's almost like you can't escape politics. And you're right, Marlon. Like you go to a football team, it's an escape. You go to a concert, it's supposed to be an escape from what's going on in the outside world. Everything, every channel, everything is political now. And they showed us yesterday. For those of you that watched it, that you can't even go watch a game without it being a social issue or a political issue.
Or gay.
Or
okay, putting away political for a minute, let's talk about the more poignant issue. The Super Bowl and football has always been something that kids aspire. My 15-year-old wants to play in the NFL. I'm not going to stop him from trying to play because he's going to be good. He's going to run some people over. He's a big dude. Okay. But there are children watching football, aspiring to be football players.
Right.
And then in the halftime show, you show 2 grown men gyrating on each other for kids to see. You introducing some of the most debaucherous, nasty, sick stuff in the middle of a game when kids are still awake to watch and presenting kids with that. Because what should we not assume that then you're trying to groom children? Well, at what point we draw the line and say, listen, that's enough. You want to be gay on your own time. Be a little homo on your own time. You want to be take it up the pipe, the shoot, do that on your own time. Ain't nobody need to see you trying to gyrate on a dude or a woman on stage. We don't need to see that. We didn't ask you to give your opinion about being gay.
That part.
You want to be a faggot somewhere else, not on stage. In fact, you can be that in your own concert. Do whatever you want in your own damn concert. But if I'm bringing my child to an event that's supposed to be about sports, and you bring a little faggot ass on stage to act like a homo and gyrate on each other, I don't need to see that. No kid needs to see that. Like at all. In any arena do we need to see that during a sporting event. So put aside your stupid language barrier and you're trying to push Hispanic crap on me. I don't need it. If I want to, I can go to a mariachi band or I can go to a siesta. I don't need to get it on during football. Or I'll go to a soccer game so I can get it in spades. But it's constantly pushing things in people's faces because you feel I need to see it. It needs to stop, and we need to put an end to it, at least in some way, shape, form, or fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Bad Bunny. Why? Because it's inclusive. And he preaches love. Love of what? D? That's what he was saying on stage. You just love D. What's that supposed to matter to a kid trying to play in the football league? Tell me.
Absolutely nothing. And I said it backstage. I was like, this whole singing in Spanish stuff, whatever, that caused a divide even within a Latin community.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because there are a lot of Latins that think just like us, just like Marlon, just like Jay. They go there to watch football. They don't want to see dudes doing their thing over there. And they're very prideful people also. So this has caused a divide within the community. It hasn't caused any type of unity. It caused more of a divide.
Mm-hmm. It's just odd to me that we normal, everyday, average citizens cannot escape the Rainbow Mafia propaganda.
At no end.
And it's to the point where, honestly, if I'm going to be honest and transparent, I've become more of a phobe towards the Rainbow Mafia than any other decade in my all my years of living.
Yeah. And it's no different than calling someone a racist all the time when they're not a racist. Eventually, what do they become? They'll be like, well, since you're calling me that constantly, I guess I am one.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
I won't hate you for it. I'll just hate, and specifically, I'll hate you first, and then it's going to eventually spill over into everybody else.
Right.
They're creating a monster that they say they're trying to fight. That's the crazy part.
Exactly.
We're trying to make everybody more inclusive by forcing them. You acting right now like a imam handing off a 9-year-old to get married. You're forcing it. Ain't nobody look. If people really wanted this stuff, it would happen organically.
Right.
Yep.
You wouldn't need to force it. You wouldn't even have blowback because people would just want it.
Mm-hmm.
The obvious fact that you're getting this much blowback should tell you something. Nobody wants it. And if you decide that's what you want, then have it in your own space. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you what we can do. Follow TPUSA's example. There is no in-building halftime show. You want the halftime show that absolutely shows naked people dancing all over the place? You have that online and let them go watch that during the halftime and come back to the game.
Yeah.
How about that? That way we don't have to be dealt with this nonsense purposefully in our face when we didn't ask for it.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know why you have to.
Mm-hmm.
The sport itself does not require me liking gay people. And you remember some time ago, I think it's been now, my goodness, maybe 13 years ago, 14 years ago. Remember when they were trying to push that openly gay football player? He was a linebacker.
Yep, the black dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember.
I'm trying not to remember.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, but this was like, it was one of the very first ones. He was one that they really tried to get everybody to just gravitate to, and I forget what year that was.
I don't think it was 14 years ago. I think it was less than that. It was right around Obama. Well, yeah, maybe 14 years ago.
And I think he was a linebacker or a defensive end or something.
Did he play for Philly?
I can't remember. But it was an open attempt to make sure that, and they followed him in the locker room. Remember, they went all out to do this. They had this interviews with him, and he didn't make it in the league, by the way, because he sucked as a football player. They drafted him because of the fact that he was gay.
Of course.
That's what they drafted him, because he was gay, and they wanted to make everybody. Yeah, it was the Steelers. Yeah. And he didn't last because he wasn't good. Being gay doesn't make you a good football player, bro. It just makes you really good at standing up in the shower. I mean, That's about it. You're just joining the NFL to see naked dudes. That's all you were doing.
I mean,
And they don't want you watching them when they're in the club. They just don't want that. You got kicked out of the league.
yeah.
When you make it about your sexuality, everything about your sexuality, everything about it becomes overbearing, bro. At some point, we got to start saying, "Look, man, this is too much. It's just not something that we want to deal with, and we got to shut it down."
Well, what about the converse talking point that they always tell Christians? Don't shove your religion down our throats. Okay, fine. Don't shove your, rainbowness down my throat.
Yeah, just don't. We'll be happy if we don't do that. I'll be glad. I'll be happy if you don't do that. But now they decide they won't do it during the game. They'll do it during halftime. Now, again, this isn't the first time they've done it. They've been trying to do this for a while now.
Yeah, easily.
Everything from having the commercials around that, supporting it by having them wear certain flags but they won't let you wear breast cancer ribbons and have your NFL shoes actually painted in the color for breast cancer awareness. They won't let you do that.
Yep.
Interesting. But they'll let you wear rainbow colored this and rainbow colored that to solidarity with the gay community.
I mean, it's gotten so bad to where they even had the male cheerleaders out there gyrating.
Then they tried pushing that too. Where'd that end up?
Doing all that on the field.
Wasn't it a Philly team that did it?
No, I think that was the Rams. That was the Rams. I think that was the Rams that started that nonsense, and that went south quick. Then the Chargers did it too, and that went south quick too.
Oh gosh.
I can see two reasons why 12th man. A lot of these entities depend on money. Okay, they depend on sponsorships, and so when you start to mess with that money, the first thing they do is try to placate to the entities that have the donations.
Right. Yep.
The problem is that while they get those donations, they lose ticket sales. And the fan base will always win over sponsors. You can get as many as you want. But remember, they're paying the NFL to advertise to viewers. If there ain't no viewers, that money's dead because you're not going to get no return.
Yep.
So the NFL now has to decide, do we want people to actually watch or don't we? But if we do want people to watch, maybe we shouldn't be putting this nonsense on screen. They got the lesson, I think, right after BLM. That was the first time they got shut down. And people boycott them to the point where the NFL didn't make any money that year. Many teams were going like,
remember that.
That was bad for them. And then they just stopped. Remember, they even said, we're no longer going to do it.
Yeah.
I remember.
I did too.
We got to do the same thing here. Just stop watching them.
And you're right on that, Marlon. You know, we can sit up here and many other Americans complain about what we saw and complain about the things that are happening in sports and all types of things. But we feed that monster by supporting it, by watching it. We complain about it, but then we sit up there and feed it. So we just have to figure out, as viewers, the ones that watch that stuff, you have to figure out where you stand. Do you stand with them and their shenanigans on TV? Or are you just going to say, you know what? They're not getting my time and my energy by me watching this stuff and supporting it.
And even if you're a player, you can defy orders with this stuff. Look at Aaron Rodgers did it.
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers rebelled against that nonsense quick, fast, and in a hurry. Tebow did it.
Yeah, he did.
He wasn't going to play that game. In fact, what's his name too? He played for New Orleans, a tight end guy. I'm seeing his face, but he is one of those, an old school one. But he backed up. He said that he's not doing it either. Ray Lewis did it at one point too. If you get enough big names in NFL players that say we're not playing, watch how quickly they're going to change their mind. Watch how all the inclusion just stops. It's just not going. They're not going to do. Why? Because they're not getting the money out of it. It is a money game. But we have to trade what they've been getting money from to make it show to them that they're not going to get money if they continue to do this. Because here's the other thing too. Eventually, the NFL will, and I'm anticipating it will happen before my son gets to the league, but he's going into finance anyway, so he'll be fine. But eventually, football will go away. Or what we know as football right now will not be football. In fact, you might see South Park come to life. What did they do? They did a football. Did you see that parody they did on football?
No.
How did they call it? They had a name. I gotta find it.
You know, that's a good point, though, Marlon. Like football as we know it. And if you get enough players saying, you know what, I don't want nothing to do with that, since they're pushing all these social issues, these issues that I don't agree with, it goes against all my morals. With the rise of AI and, you know, all these sites where people can create whole movies on these AI sites, I can really see football going to AI because, you know, most of it, I believe, is scripted anyway. You know how much money, like, these owners can actually save creating AI football games?
Okay, here it is. It was called Sarcastaball. So they changed football because football was getting too rough and violent.
Oh gosh.
So South Park did a parody. So they hug.
Oh.
So this was it, right? So this was a too much, right? So when they did that, what they ended up doing was they ended up having, because of the CTE and concussion protocols, right? So they started to bring the old men on the field, showing them what they were doing when they were getting hit. And so the parents started to raise a stink about it. And so they started to make things like Sarcastaball. So they took away the football and gave them balloons.
Oh,
and from the balloons, they would hand the balloon off to the next person and give them a hug and give them a word of encouragement, and they would allow them to score. That would be Sarcastaball. So it avoids all the semblance of football, and they would wear diapers on the field and tinfoil hats, and the pads would be made out of foam. If you haven't seen it, that was the most diabolical troll of all time. But it's coming back. I think that's where football will head to. That's where it's going to head to. It used to be a man's game.
Yeah,
it used to be. And instead of improving the equipment and keeping the man side of it, no, they took away the man side of it and still messed with the equipment. So there's no point to having improved equipment because you're not hitting nobody.
Right.
Yep.
So at the end of the day, this has no longer been about football. This is about inclusion of things that have nothing to do with football.
Yeah.
Would y'all like it if we did that to Savage Patriots? We came one day and we just started talking about, let's see.
Acceptance.
I don't want to say cooking because bro cooks. Let's see.
Pottery.
Pottery. All right. And all of a sudden, that's all we talk about. Why? Because we want to be inclusive of people who do pottery.
Mm-hmm.
Will y'all like that?
Can you imagine? So anyways, the viscosity of the clay really does matter in the long run scheme of things, especially when you put it inside of a kiln. I promise you, we need to recognize that river clay is different than ocean clay, which is different than Georgia red clay. So be sure. That's still, I feel stupid saying that.
Yeah. And then you got to make sure that the glaze you put on it, you put at the right temperature in the kiln, because the chemical balance has to be right. Right, exactly. The heat differential between which one of the glazes I only know that because I do pottery. But you have to make sure you do all of that correctly. And if you're going to link two pieces of pottery, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? And we put the title as saying we're going to talk about Jeffrey Epstein. So the title is Jeffrey Epstein, and then you show up, and all we talk about is pottery.
That's true.
That's how stupid it's become. Come for football, but actually, what you're going to get is a daily dose of how bad you are as a human being for not accepting Rainbow Bright.
Basically.
Come on, man. What are we doing?
Come and watch the halftime show, and we're just going to call you racist during the whole show in very passive-aggressive ways.
That part.
I saw one idiot on TikTok saying the same people that are upset that it's a different language in the halftime show are the same people that would want a different fountain. Brother, you have a whole, you did a segregated anthem at the beginning of the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. You are literally telling black people, you don't get this anthem, here's your own. You gave them their own fountain at the beginning of the show.
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking? Y'all are trying constantly to bring segregation back. Mm-hmm. What is this, bro? Like, come on. What is going on here, bro? You want your own spaces. That sounds vaguely familiar. We want to have our own building. That also sounds vaguely familiar.
We need
to give them their own time. Huh. That used to be called segregation. That's what I remember. It used to be called segregation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting your own buses. Well, that's kind of here. And not only that, you're going to get your own section of town.
You remember when Barack Obama said years ago that our racism is inherently in our DNA or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
He was talking about white liberals.
Yeah.
For sure.
Had to have been.
I don't get it, man. I don't understand it. But I do understand it. Because we're no longer a nation of logic and common sense. We're a bunch of fools running around pretending to be smart. We're being led by a bunch of retarded people, honestly thinking that what they have to offer people we want. And we don't, especially them. We don't even want them around.
Yeah. I heard it said before that this whole movement of inclusion and diversity and equity and all that stuff is actually toxic empathy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to help you. I'm trying to engage you where you are so you stay there.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a victim? Yes, you definitely are. Look at you so victim-y. Oh my gosh, you really are a victim. Look at this victim. Look at everyone. Come see this victim. He's a real victim. Let's look at him and cry with him. See, so he stays a victim.
Let's speak for them because they don't know real English. They know that. So I'll translate for you. Is that okay, victim? Pat.
That's like Harry Sisson on Michael Knowles' show, where they asked him if he would take in a migrant.
Yeah.
He said, "No, well, I only have a 1-bedroom home. I don't have the space." And Michael, well, you have the living room. You can put a nice mattress down there. No, I just don't have the space. But there are people that could. So if you could, just do it. But you make around $10K a month. You can easily rent somewhere for them to go.
Oh, easily.
Have your parent company do it. You got enough funds around you, enough to get people, something. But they won't because they want them to have something to complain about. You see, they're not about helping these migrants. They're not about helping Hispanics. They're not about helping blacks.
No.
They're about keeping them in the position they are so they have something to pat themselves on the back with.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they will perpetually scream racism around every corner, because it sells. It sells. And it sells beautifully, man. The amount of money. Racism is the best, the biggest thing. You'll never find anything better than racism. No one can be as racist as I am. Look at the Obamas.
Monkeys.
I tell you, man, this whole country is starting to really piss me off.
Hey, I keep saying it on my socials. I was like, man, we just need like total blackout. And you've heard me say this before. We need a total blackout. I think social media is one of the biggest problems in our country.
Yeah.
If you use it the right way to educate, motivate,
inspire,
all those things. That's what you use it for. But social media has just turned into this: who could be offended the most, then who puts out the video the fastest, and who gets the most likes and clicks, and then on to the next issue.
Right.
The people that do this as virtue signaling stuff, they don't really believe in what they're virtue signaling about. They don't stand on what they virtue signaling about. They just want to be recognized. They want validation from the people that they really don't care about.
Mm-hmm. It's all for clout and head pats. Social credit.
Yep. That's all it is.
I want to show this for you here. And we'll go back to this because this, although it was 9 years ago, this is the epitome of where we are now. We were warned that this is what they were trying to push. Y'all remember Ami Horowitz?
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all might remember this little tidbit that he did.
I'm Ami Horowitz, and I'm here in Berkeley, California to find out if voter ID laws
I love this video.
suppress the black vote. Do you have an opinion on voter ID laws?
Yeah, they're usually pretty racist and they're bad. I think voter ID laws are a way to perpetuate racism.
Would you go as far as say those laws are racist?
For sure.
Do you think it suppresses the African American vote?
Definitely.
Tell us how.
Because they're less likely to have state IDs.
Minority voters are less likely to have the kinds of IDs that have been described or required.
These type of people don't live in areas with easy access to DMVs or other places where they can get identification.
You can always get
This disturbs me a lot.
These types of people.
That's my favorite line in the whole thing. Is these types of. I want to hear that again. He's the best of all of them. This one took the cake. Like
No, I don't know.
Wow.
There's that white girl.
These type of people don't
few
live
seconds
in
forward.
areas with
She does it for
easy
me.
access to DMVs or other places where they can get identification.
You can always get IDs you do over the internet. Does that also make it difficult for black people in particular?
Yeah, you have to have access to the internet. You have to be able to pay an internet service provider for certain fees.
Do you think that's harder for black people to go online?
Well, I feel like they don't have the knowledge of how it works.
The internet.
this is inclusion, people. This is inclusion. This is where inclusion came from, right here.
And this is what they think about black people. They think we're a bunch of freaking Neanderthals, cave-dwelling Neanderthals, and we don't understand how to use things like the internet. I think Kathy Hochul, didn't she say something like that?
They don't know how to use computers.
These people, I swear.
Bro, it's no different. This was 9 years ago.
Yeah.
9. And we were shown these are the people today that are in charge of rule making. So what did they tell you? They tell you, well, you can't be seen on your own. You need the white savior to show you how to get it done. So we're going to put you up in the Super Bowl. And what I want you to do is show everybody what you can do. What can you do? Whatever it is that you think is stereotypical of your people. So if you're gay, the stereotype is gyrating on each other during a show. Okay, that's the thing. If you're Hispanic, it's finding some of the most sombrero-like things to do. If you're black, you're trying to make sure that you amplify, the culture of the street by shooting. So, but we need to make people aware that that's just what they are. They have no other option. This is how they are.
Have smartphones, but you might not have data. For most of the communities, they don't really know what is out there just because they're not aware or they're not informed. I also think there's a repression of black voting with how if you're a convicted felon, you're not allowed to vote and everything. And when you look at swing states like Florida.
So let me get this straight. The white convicted felons understand all of these things they're talking about, but the black convicted felons,
clueless.
They have no idea. They don't know, or the Hispanics, whatever.
This is like gold. This is what you call, we go back in the Wayback Machine to laugh. This is the best. And it gets so much better when the black people hear about it.
That's a huge population of the African Americans.
Yeah.
Now I'm here in East Harlem to ask black people their thoughts on what you just heard. Do you have ID normally? You carry ID around?
Yes, I have state ID.
Do you carry ID?
Yes, I do.
Do you know any black person who doesn't carry ID?
No. Everyone that I know has an ID. Why would they think we don't have ID?
That's a lie. Why would they say that?
Do you have ID?
Yes.
Because I have my ID and my friends have their ID. So we know what we need to carry around.
Yeah, everybody that I know have ID. That's one of the things you need to walk around with New York with, ID.
Do you know any black adult who does not have ID?
No, I don't.
Is it a weird thing to even say that?
Yes, it is.
What is this, some type of trick candy cameras?
I know, right? That's the only thing I brought with me.
Those are legit IDs. I heard a lot also that black people can't figure out how to get to the DMV.
Really?
The look on his face, like, what?
He's like, what?
I grew up a foundational Black American in the streets of Long Beach, California. I knew where the DMV was. I had an ID at a very young age. I knew how to get to the DMV. We had trains, planes, and automobiles to get us there. Those liberals are so disconnected from what's really going on in these neighborhoods. And it's sad that they think like this. They're taught this. They're taught from another white liberal professor who's never stepped foot in a Black community, telling them, well, studies show that the Black America... and they don't know.
Desiree, this is legit. This wasn't dark. This literally happened. This is what he did. And it went crazy back then. Like, people were like, there's no way these people actually said this stuff. But they did. What?
I know it's that on 25th Street.
Do you know where the DMV is right here?
It's on 125th Street and 3rd Avenue, I believe.
You know how to get there?
Yeah.
Did you have a problem getting there if you had to get there?
No.
I know these sound like silly questions. You know how to get to the DMV?
Of course.
You know where it is?
Yes.
You can get there?
Uh-huh.
No problem.
No problem.
Just checking.
Okay.
And I also heard a lot that Black people, especially poor Black people, have no access to the internet, can't figure out how to use the internet.
That's just stupidity, honestly. Everybody has access to the internet. Even a little kid can figure out how to work the internet.
I had access to the internet for years.
You know how to use it properly, right?
Exactly. I do it at work. So, of course, I know how to use it. My kids know how to use it. They all have iPads, iPods, whatever.
Your phone has data?
Mm-hmm.
You can actually
Unlimited.
Unlimited.
Unlimited. No, you can't. You Black. You can't be having that.
This one's even
Marlon.
funnier.
Marlon, you know, unlimited back then, though, was a flex.
What, man? A mad flex. What?
My phone is a hotspot.
What does that say to you for the people who have this perception of Black people?
They're pretty much ignorant. That's why my thought process on.
I just think that's ignorant.
That's
Ignorant.
That's
very,
generous.
very ignorant. Very, very ignorant.
Does it sound racist for somebody to say that?
I think it is a little racist because, you know, you're putting people in a category and you have no idea what you're talking about.
Maybe a little bit of racist in it, but like I said, I think it's more stupidity and ignorance.
You're judging somebody, like, but you're judging them because they're Black, saying that they don't got it.
What people are they talking to? Who are these people talking to?
Do you have a problem?
They're not talking to anybody. That's the problem. They're not talking to nobody. They just say stuff because they feel this is the best way to handle it. Because look, their leaders, like this idiot, will say it.
Governor Kathy Hochul is criticism for a controversial remark that
faces what? Faces what?
Remark that she made during a
What? No, I want
faces criticism for a controversial.
Oh, geez.
What?
Criticism?
Okay, Candace.
Say it one more time, brother. Say it one more time. She faces what?
Hochul faces criticism for a controversial
criticism.
Hey, he's out there criticizing him.
You out there criticizing me.
Criticism. Criticism. Oh my God.
Criticizing.
Hey, and I want people. We don't want people to think that we're getting away from the topic.
No, this is the topic.
This is the topic. Okay, we're just
criticism.
Stay with
remark that she made during a business conference. She was highlighting the importance of expanding access to technology and artificial intelligence for low-income families during an onstage interview. Well, the comment she made immediately drew criticism from local political leaders. Listen.
Right now we have, young Black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word computer is. They don't know. They don't know these things.
The silent interpreter.
Now walking back on her words, saying, I misspoke. I regret it. Of course, Black children in the Bronx know what computers are. The problem is that they, too, often lack access to the technology needed to get on track to high-paying jobs in emerging industries like AI.
That didn't make it any better, by the way.
No.
That made it actually worse.
Yeah.
They're not smart enough to do it.
It's almost like context made it worse.
Exponentially worse. Having access to a computer is one thing. Knowing about a computer is one, but then telling they don't know what they're doing to make it smarter, that's even worse. And if you think this is off the topic of the Super Bowl, it's not. There is a pandering aspect to happening that what's caused the Super Bowl, okay? You want people to believe something that's categorically untrue. Here's the untruth. That Hispanic language is innate to illegal aliens. And that people who are illegal are the same as Hispanic people. This is what you'll hear liberals say. If you are Hispanic, they automatically will categorize you as possibly illegal. So whenever you, like, are Hispanic and born here, and you agree with things like ICE, they will say stuff like, wait till you get deported.
Yep.
And I'm like, why would they get deported if they're citizens? In their minds, if you fit the bill of a black, a Hispanic, you automatically fit into one of two categories, illegal or illiterate.
Yep.
That's true. What they think. And that's why they're pushing the nonsense they're pushing. Not only that, just a little heads up to you people out there on the queer persuasion of what the left actually thinks about you. You might think that people on the right are just absolutely infatuated with the idea of what you do in your bedroom. The people on the left literally want you putting into the atmosphere what you do in your bedroom.
Yeah.
You see, what we want is for you to have your bedroom to yourself. We don't need to know. We don't want to know. We don't ask you. However, the left is the one infatuated with your bedroom by telling you you need to tell everybody what happens in your bedroom.
Yeah.
Put it on stage. Put it during the Super Bowl. You want to be black, right? Well, being black means having gang affiliations and shooting folk. Let's put that in front of people.
And you have to speak AAVE as a black person. You have to be, speak, that African American vernacular English to be considered black.
And that's the difference between the left and the right. The left sees everyone as a monolith. The right sees people as individuals. So if you don't fit the mold, if you're against something that the monolith or the hive is against on the left side, they shame you for it.
Yeah.
Can't be an individual on the left. You have to be part of the hive mind.
The hive mind, yeah.
That part.
And they love it too. They will happily put you in that category, and they want you to stay in that category because that category sells for them and makes them feel like they've done something when nobody asked their opinion about it.
That part.
Like nobody's asking a liberal to go do something for any of them. And if you watch, what's happened with ICE? Who's been the ones that have been killed? Liberals, right?
White liberals.
Which is why I do not care if more of them end up that way. I don't give a damn. I'm not going to mourn your exit. I'm not going to mourn your death. I have no concern. If you want to throw yourself in front of a car and get popped in the dome, I will never care about you. You decided somehow in your great, wonderful wisdom that people who never asked you and will never actually look out for you think that your 2 cents matters. And you actually don't care about them because if the option was put to you to house them, you wouldn't house them.
Right.
But you want everybody else to. Which is why when you step in front there and try to block off traffic or act a fool, you're going to see me cheer. Oh, definitely. No, I will be laughing all the way to I will laugh and make fun and poke at you. Why? Because you're ignorant behind. Put yourself there, not me.
That's true. And on that,
the illegal immigrants are even being killed. You are.
And on that point, Marlon, what is the one thing white liberals love to scream? Privilege, right? Oh, I have privilege. As a white person, I have privilege. So when they get out there and do these things like those last two that got killed, they thought their privilege would save them. So they'd go out there and they do these things and they say, like, I have privilege. They're not going to do anything to me. And see you later. And they realize this should have shown everyone that white people don't have privilege, that they can get gunned down just like your average black person, just like your average Hispanic person. No one's safe when they break the law.
Yes, Retro. I didn't know if you know this, but as a white female, this is what they say. I don't believe it. But as a white female, especially a white female, you possess all of the privilege.
Right.
Yeah. And I want all you white women in the chat to know if anybody in this room has any privilege at all, it's y'all. And I mean, like the most privilege of privileges.
Yeah.
You know how you test that? Don't test it. You know how they test it? By doing dumb stuff and see if it works.
Mm-hmm.
Oddly enough, it hasn't been working for them.
We call them Karen.
I'm still waiting to see where that privilege gets them.
Well, it makes them out to be pretty good, if you want to put it that way.
Well, that's the whole point, okay? That's okay. Listen, I understand that it's news to you, but that's why we're here. We are here to help you understand. We're here to help you understand your privilege so that you use it more often for the good of mankind, like speaking on behalf of Black people.
And when you speak on behalf of them, you have to have one standing behind you, holding his hat like this.
Yeah.
Not looking up.
Keep up the appearances, white folk. Just make sure that you handle that.
It's just wild, you know. And someone asked about, so I had to go find it. So this is for that person that asked.
Garbage or trash? You're in.
You forgot Jay's little screenshot. That would have been perfect for this segment too.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
What was the Super Bowl halftime like? If you ask your kids, this is what we would say. And then we'd follow it up with
Garbage or trash? You're.
Welcome to the Savage Patriots.
Yes.
Garbage or trash. Okay. That's what it was. So can I identify as white and get, look, hold on a second. I've been meaning to tell y'all for a while now, but I'm glad that you asked that question because I think I should let y'all in on something. I've been trying to hide this as much as possible because I don't want anybody getting offended. But I figure, is it in here still? Please be in here still. There it is. Okay. I would advise all you people out there to go get you one. Okay.
There it is.
Get you a nice card. Okay. I have one. Okay, a nice white privilege card. On the back, it says, this card grants its bearer happiness and success because it's the color of your skin and not the choices you make that determine your abilities to be successful. Go get you one. Okay.
Where?
Well, you wouldn't know. You're white. You're not white. So
damn it.
You know. And this is good from birth to death. It's unlimited. And the card holder, you're changing your name to Scott Free. So
So does it work in police interactions?
Yes.
Like when actually you drive, you hand them your white privilege card too. They're like, "Oh, sir, hey, go on about your way."
Yeah. You know what? I might have to try it as a Black man when they ask for my ID next time. If I do, I don't ever get pulled over. But when, next time I do, I'll say, "Here you go, sir. I'll expect you to let me go post haste. I have places to be and privileges to abuse. Can you please just let me go?"
I just want you to know, officer, my wife is the head of the PTA.
I'm sorry to let you know this, Simone, but that's the prime age and status for privilege.
Yes.
Yep. Single white women between the ages of 50 to 65. C'est magnifique. You want that's your, if you want a peak age, that's it right there. That's like Super Bowl worthy right there.
That's the age where they're working their way up to the final boss of being
the
ultimate
final
Karen,
boss. Yep.
Ultra Karen.
Ultra Karen. All you need now is the hairstyle, and you'd be in business.
The beaver back cut, fringe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yet, sorry, Diane, you are afraid because you're older and Black. Nope. At this point, you'd have to get rid of your husband and marry a white dude. Anybody got time for that?
Yeah.
Anybody got time for that? Exactly, Brian. Just because Simone doesn't claim it, that's proof that you actually has it. That's what that's proving. I'm just saying. I'm just telling you, look, we try to help people here.
Yes.
Okay. And if it's one thing that the Super Bowl proved to us is this: if you want people to feel bad for you, push as much of your disability, even if you don't got one, find one, as possible.
Not find the disability. Not find the disability. Make one up.
Make one up. Yeah. But okay, so Lisa, you can't now. You can say that because you're at the end of the peak. Once you break that 65, you're free to go. You can change your mind, your direction, all you want. But between 50 and 65, that's the prime age for
white privilege.
I bet that 65. I want to see your manager voice.
It's primo stuff.
Powerful,
man. Look, what? I want to see the manager,
and the manager just teleports right to this instant. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, come on! You know how much fun you could have trying to be a Karen. If I had the chance, I'd be a Ken all day long. I think in my old days, I'm going to be like what's his name? Clint Eastwood in Gran Torino.
Get off my lawn.
I'm going to be like Clayton Bigsby.
Where are the white women at?
Get off my lawn. Get your boogity tail off my... That's going to be me.
You want to see my face? What power? Oh. I don't know, man. I think at some point we're going to see in the end the collapse of sports in general, and people are just not going to be interested anymore in it. And the fun pastime that used to be recreational, the days of Field of Dreams kind of situation where it was about something fun to do. Do you realize that sports was birthed out of stuff that kids just used to do for fun?
Yeah.
And adults wanted to remain kids, so they created adult sports.
Yep.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden now adult sports become, you're trying to avoid being an adult by playing some games. And now these idiots want to make it more adult. The whole point of the game is to not be a damn adult for a minute. I want to be a kid. I want to run around with a ball in my hand and fall on the floor and drop it on the floor and scream, "Yay!" I want to be a kid again.
Remember the baseball
when you throw the ball and I take it from you, I can say, "Ha ha," and you just laugh and try and get me the next time.
Remember all the baseball chants? You'd be in a crowd singing those chants. Let's bring those days back. When sports like baseball used to be America's pastime. But now everything's political, man. You can't watch basketball, football, soccer, nothing. Even the Olympics became political.
Look, I understand, too, there was a point when true segregation was happening, and sports actually was one of the first places that it got removed. In case people forgot. It was church, and then it was sports.
Yeah.
Politics was the very last place that it got removed. I wish people would go back to remembering that if it's something that really wants to be inclusive and everybody wants it, it will happen. If you build it, there will come kind of situation.
Right.
But if the sport itself is that mediocre that you have to include something else to try and bring people to it, then you might want to rethink actually if the sport's worth anything. I think the last time the NFL really appealed to me in any grandiose fashion was before 2002. I mean, I still watch it because I like the game of football. And my son likes to talk football. So, I'm a student of the game. I love the game itself. But I can still critique the stupidity that happens. And there are a few teams that stick to the game itself.
Yeah.
But I do understand and see that it's going into a very wrong direction that will eventually remove it. It will. The same thing that happened to tennis. When tennis used to be good, not anymore. When people like Andre Agassi used to play, and there was no fighting over whether or not women should beat men. They knew, no, we can't beat the men.
Right.
And the men were like, well, we don't want to play the women because they have their own sports. Now you have people running in to try and make men play women and women play men. And then when you lose, then you're getting upset that the men went too hard or it's rigged. You can't beat men. Sha'Carri Richardson will never beat Usain Bolt. Even Usain Bolt being old, he'll still whoop her. She's not as quick. It's not possible. I'm sorry to tell you. Gail couldn't do it. No, none of them. No women are going to beat men in sports. I'm sorry. High schoolers will beat women, and it's not a bad thing. The same way that men will never beat women in childbirth.
We've had examples of this when there was the exhibition game in that Texas, what is it? Texas
The
Football Club.
Yeah,
They were middle schoolers.
Yeah, and they played the women's league,
women's soccer team.
Yeah,
FIFA national soccer team.
I've seen videos of average Joes getting into the ring with female fighters like Muay Thai, kickboxing, and all that stuff. And the average Joe won. And this female was a trained fighter.
Yeah.
And the average guy knew a little something, but he wasn't trained, and he ended up winning.
It's just some things that we just need to get back to basics and logic about, and start to enjoy stuff again. I know I would love to go back to where the mindset was drinking out of a water hose, and the lights going off at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, and you go home. I wish we could. And understand that because of the short plus people in society, we can't do that no more.
Yep.
I get it. But at the same time, we don't have to indulge them. We could leave them to let their own fantasies flounder. And if that means for a time allowing the sport that you love to absolutely die so it can, I don't know, phoenix its way back, maybe that's what we ought to do. The UFC did it. The UFC is finally kind of getting its grounding back to where it's actually, good. Boxing needs to go through it. It's almost there. The fall of Jake Paul is kind of helping, golf, every sport is going through this fall off now because they're trying to do something that's antithetical to the sport.
Right.
The NFL will eventually learn that fans, because here's the thing, no gay dude on average is going to be watching football to where the halftime show matters to him that much. If any gay dudes out there and you watch football, I highly doubt that you're watching football for the halftime show because it has 18 games without a halftime show.
True.
If I'm pandering to your stupid behind because you want to see a halftime show with gay people in it or Hispanic people in it, when throughout the year you didn't care that there was a top kicker in the league that was a Hispanic, you didn't care that one of the top wide receivers wasn't a white person. If you didn't know that, then you obviously don't care about the sport. You just care about pandering.
That's right.
Yeah.
And if you can't see that the NFL is ruled by black people, then you're stupid. You realize that now white people are only relegated to quarterbacks, and even that's getting challenged, and some linemen, and even now it's not even that. The tight end is now predominantly white. That's it. That you might be able to get a black tight end, but the majority of tight ends are white. Everybody else black. Because they're good at it.
Right.
It makes the sport exciting. We don't need to pander. We don't. Like I said, it fixes itself. But of course, you're going to get the Christian McCaffreys of the world that can run over everybody, and he white. They call him white chocolate anyway. That's a wild thing. He white and can run, and they still equate him to black people in the NFL. So why do we need to pander? We don't. It naturally happens.
Right.
And people are happy to do it. I just don't get it, man. You don't need to push this. But I let it die. Let it die. What's that song from the Lorax? Let it die. Let it die. Let it shrivel up and die. That's what I want to see happen.
Yeah, or just go to the halftime show showing like movie trailers. That would be great. Like, Doomsday. They show the new Spider-Man trailer. All these new movies that are coming out in 2026, just right there on a big screen. Instead of a halftime show of people singing and dancing and twerking and screaming for 15 minutes, however long the halftime show is, just play movie trailers. I'm pretty sure people will want to see that.
Or marching bands halftime. Can you imagine actual
That'd be
halftime
cool.
with a marching band?
That'd be cool.
What, man? look, that would be it right there. That would be just show me a marching band and have a competition or something like a war between two marching bands, and just bring the high school colleges out and let them just go ham.
Yep,
that'd be a great halftime show. Forget the celebrities.
I wouldn't mind seeing that at all.
That'd be epic, right there. What, man? Look, the hype that would bring for the next half of football, bruh. Bring back the college feeling.
That's a good idea, Marlon. Like, you know how they had those battle of the band competitions in schools and all that stuff, and then whoever makes it to the finals, the top two schools within a district or a city, they play at the Super Bowl. And so these kids, it gives them something to look forward to.
Right.
Like, oh, we got to make it to the Super Bowl.
But not only that, imagine what the guys who have played in college and got used to that atmosphere. You bring that now to the Super Bowl. Look, I played football, and I'm gonna tell you now, there is something that happens to your adrenaline when you hear cheers in drum solos and it's a frenzy. I'm not gonna lie to you. Your brain gets like every fiber of your body gets like jacked up on steroids or something. You just feel like you can run through a tree if you were given the chance. That would be like the epitome for me if you put that in the Super Bowl. Watch how the second half changes.
Oh, easily.
Instead of having some stupid celebrity that never played the game and doesn't care about the game sing some dumb song. No, put the bands up there.
Yes,
you hear me, NFL? You heard it here on Savage Patriots. Put bands in the Super Bowl.
High school, college, don't matter.
Put some bands up in there.
That would hype everything. Oh, that would be great. That's a great idea.
Do professional teams actually have like songs like college teams or high school teams?
I don't think so.
That'd be something they could create. They get music. They come up with a song, a song specifically for, like, let's say the Patriots, and these bands come up with these songs or whatever, and they come out and play these songs at these sporting events. And you're right, that would hype a lot of people up to watch sports again.
The last time the Seahawks had one was with Macklemore, like The Ceiling Can't Hold Us. That was the last time they had a song that sounded like. That was the last time when they played that, oh man, the crowd was going ham. But it felt like a band. It didn't feel like a song for the club. It was just and I think if you did that, man, you wouldn't have to worry about inclusion. People would just feel free to be. And I wouldn't care about you being what you do in your bedroom, because that's between you and whoever you do it with. I don't need to be privy to that, and I don't ask you, and I don't want to know. Don't put it on me, and I ain't gonna put it on you. That's all you got to do. But no, y'all got to make this to where people can't even enjoy the one thing that they just find fun.
Yeah.
They tried doing it with video games too.
Oh, easily.
Put all the gay stuff in there, and they failed. Thank goodness, because at least we're still the one community that ain't going for that nonsense. Every time you put inclusion in video games, nobody
wants to see that.
Nobody. Ain't nobody got time for that. Every time we see it, this is what we say.
Garbage or trash.
Or garbage or trash, man.
Well, literally, that's what The Last of Us was. The second one.
Absolute
big, huge rainbow propaganda.
And then what's the other one? Dragon Age. That Dragon Age one. Oh my gosh, bro! They actually had a line in there. I'm non-binary. I'm he him. It tanked. Absolutely tanked, because they made it all about this whole homosexual and non-binary nonsense.
Oh, yeah. Was that the one of the women? Like,
yes.
Produced it or created it? Yeah.
A bunch of blue-haired women just produced it.
Same with the Ghost of Tsushima sequel.
Yeah, Yote.
Yeah.
What was that comic? That was that Marvel movie that did that. It failed.
The Marvels, wasn't it?
Not the Marvels. The other one, Captain Marvel. Yeah, was that the Marvels?
Yeah.
Failed.
Everything was a Supergirl and Lady Marvel and all these
girl power.
You can stop.
Right.
It's not like you can't make, because you can. They made Wonder Woman, and the first one was amazing. You just stick with that premise, you're good to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Ain't nobody trying to limit women from doing. Look, if you made one about just women birthing babies, that's a superpower. I don't care what you tell me. That's a superpower.
Mm-hmm.
You don't got to be included in everything. All right, you just don't need to.
Yeah.
Anyway, we figured we'd address it because at some point it becomes too much. It just becomes too much. Giggity. Yeah, exactly. It just becomes too much. We're waiting to see exactly what happens with this. I heard some things about the Epstein files having some statements in there about bodies and all this nonsense. I'm looking into to see if it makes any, if it's real. Someone about his driver saying there were bodies somewhere, and all the hearsay from that video. But we're looking at a bunch of things to see what's happening, because there's a lot not going on because people are sidetracked by stupid stuff. So
when did the Clintons go in front of Congress? What day is that?
Did they refuse?
Yeah, they agreed now.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's at the end of the month.
Clintons agreed to testify. It's scheduled for February 26th and 27th.
Okay. What days of the week are those?
That is a Thursday, Friday.
Oh yeah, we could do one on a Friday.
So we might have to pull off a Thursday live.
Mm-hmm.
We might have to pull off a Thursday live. If it's streamed, I don't know if it will or not, but if it is, we might have to consider doing that.
I think they agreed to an open hearing too.
Well, that'd be nice.
I think they're going to bring down the whole system. I'm telling on everybody. If I'm going down, all of y'all going down with me.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. And for sure, it'll be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, in plain sight, more than likely we'll be live tonight. Waiting to see if it's set up or not yet. Yep, it's set up. So at 9:30 Eastern, in plain sight, we'll be live. Make sure if you haven't subscribed yet, go do it. That's the police reaction channel. We'll be live tonight at 9:30 Eastern. It'll be our first live, so come join us. And I will not be on tomorrow. Tomorrow I have a truck coming to help finish off the rest of the house, my old house, to pick up all the big stuff. So I'll be unavailable.
When is the official move-in day?
I'm already in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm in my new spot, but I have a whole bunch of freezers and fridges and all kinds of stuff. And I got to get them out of there, because if I don't, we got fees to pay. Where you say? I'll get it for you. Let me grab the link. That's better. I'll grab the link. In plain sight, link is, and it's a fairly smaller it's only a 3K, so it's very hard sometimes to find it. So let me scroll through my alerts real quick, because we did post one just recently. It's a pretty fun little channel if you like police reactions and all that stuff. That's all we do on that channel, is police reaction video, body cams and the like. Man, has it been that long since one posted? I guess so. I even have I ruined it long before I have that in the history. That's crazy. Anyway, I'll find it and I'll post it on our page so y'all can have it. But we will be live tonight. Just look it up in plain sight, and type in my name or Fair Media, and it should pop up if you guys are interested. There it is. Found it. All right. Found what I need. Let me go to in plain sight, copy it. And here is the link. All right. Feel free to join us. There's the link. When you type it in, it's in plain sight, all one word to search, -Fair Media. You'll find it. In plain sight, SITE, not SIGHT. It's spelled different. SITE, in plain sight -Fair Media, and you guys will find it. Okay. Look forward to seeing you guys. Thank you. So Wednesday, and we'll figure out what we're going to talk about. Mr. Lee.
Like, share, comment, subscribe, and we will see y'all Wednesday. Peace.